Speaking of troubleshooting this, they followed the girls' interview and argument that you couldn't hear with something that I wish we couldn't have seen. Now, I know you may be a fan, Brian, because Anna Jay was involved against Stardom's Mina Shirakawa with Maria May in her corner. But this early in the show, they can't be serious. What are the quarter hours going to look like? We don't even know yet, folks. They're not out yet.
I'm convinced, although poorly executed, that they booked this week's show for us. A long Anna Jay match against this new girl with the bosom. That was for me. They booked that for me. And then leaning into the stuff about the Bucks being douchebags and everything in their own, and Jericho's leaning in. Again, it's not executing. The execution isn't good, and he's not doing good with it, but he's leaning into what we say.
They're ribbing. They're all ribbing. That's the problem. They're all ribbing, but it's like they think that they're getting away with it, and people can't see they're all ribbing now. It's so over the top. And this girls match, folks, I apologize for anything that I ever called bad women's wrestling. Because now I've seen bad women's wrestling.
Oh, come on, not this match. This match was not as bad as the baddest.
It looked like not as bad as the baddest.
It was the least good. It was the most bad. I don't even know how to say it. But
if you are looking for believable pro wrestling athleticism in the ring, try two strippers doing mud wrestling before this. They started the CWA, the Cheerleader Wrestling Association. It was like if you took high school cheerleaders and said, mimic the things you see on a wrestling program. And again, Anna Jay does have the slightest chance of getting over to a U.S. audience and a asset in some way to the television program, so they beat her. Because the other one's from Stardom, run by formerly by the fellow that's now struck out on his own that Kenny Olivier don't like. So then after Anna is dispatched, Mira and Maria go to have a champagne toast, and Maria and Mariah. They call the wind Mariah.
It was Mira and Mariah.
Well, Mariah blew in to have a champagne toast, and Mariah is doing a nice little stripper dance, and then suddenly Anna Jay comes back from the dead like Jason Voorhees and fucking clocks. Just but she's mad as hell. She's not going to take it anymore. Boom! She clocks old Mariah from behind, and then Mira, and then puts a sleeper on Mariah. And then music plays, and Tony Storm hits in black and white from 1937. And Anna Jay bails out, and then music plays. And Serena Deeb comes out in dramatic fashion to the stage where the belt that Tony Storm is left laying when she went to fucking run past Sunset Boulevard to the corner of Hollywood and Vine and save the fucking day in the ring. She's left it there, and Serena gets the belt or sits over next to the belt and does her promo to the camera that she's obviously supposed to do because she was making specific points of some description. And also they were still playing the fucking music, so you couldn't hear it. God, you'd hear the music, but you couldn't hear what the fuck she was saying. So if we could get lip readers on that case, what the Marley Matlin, or is it Mariah Matlin?
Marley.
Well, if we get her on the case. What else did you see there?
You know, I was intrigued by the match. I came up with a poem. New wrestler with the big bosom and Anna Jay. Makes me wonder whatever happened to Layla Gray. It was fine for what it was. It went a while. It went a good while.
Good while.
Anna Jay, you said like Jason Voorhees, I started listening because all of a sudden she's behind her, choking her like with a maniacal face. Anna Jay has potential in the ring, and she's still young that you could call it potential. I think she even has, and I know it's not in fashion, I guess I should say, to say this, she has potential as a valet that could get heat.
Yes.
And they're not going to go down that road. And then whatever Serena Deeb...
they don't want anybody to get any heat except for back in the locker room.
And then the big Serena Deeb return that just, again... Of all the weeks for the audio not to work, it's right after a pay-per-view. Shad's in the back. The guy who really owns this thing is in the back. And they're running around because of these audio issues. Daly's Place is the home to so many of the great moments I love, like the debut of Jade Cargill and... What was her name? What was the name? The Queen
Brandy.
of Piss. No, the Queen of Piss. Maki Ito.
Oh, Maki Ito.
When Maki Ito sang...
Queen of Piss and Shit, yes. Look it up, ladies and gentlemen.
When she sang and danced while the world champion Hikaru Shida got her ass kicked by Vicky Guerrero. that's still one of the best moments ever. And this, because it devolved into so much happening with bad audio, centered around music playing, it was just really bad. And the Toni Storm thing is lame. I get people like that she's so committed to it, but look at what she's committed to. It's one thing if it was on TCM, not on wrestling.
They had something that shot right past the shark and into uncharted waters.